Woodward Sports Network presents a sports show that's more than just sports. Welcome to The Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermani. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
And here we go. Friday, March 4th, 2022. Ermani and Edwards, The Bottom Line. Woodward Sports Network. Do not adjust your television sets, your computers, your laptop, or your phone. This is not Braylon Edwards. It is the one and the only Tom Massaway. We invited him on the big stage today. Braylon, I told Braylon yesterday, I said, Braylon,
stay out.
Stay out.
Only kidding.
I said, Braylon, dude, you've been working your tail off. The guy's been coming to play. I took about 7 days off.
Yeah, you did.
In
That
February.
wore us out.
I mean, this poor guy's been working his tail off. I said, take the day off. Relax. It's Friday. The sun is shining. Get a little R&R. Just stay away from the building. Have a 3-day weekend. He said, okay. He's going to do that. So Braylon's out today. Much-deserved day off. So we called in the lefty. Tom, the man Massaway, fresh off a near-perfect game at the bowling alley last night. Thursday is Maz's Bowling League, which we're really, that's why we're here, because we want to know all about what happened last night, the Thursday Bowling League. Maz, how you doing, buddy? First of all, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother. I'm so happy to be here. It's a great sports day. I don't know why. I just feel like it's a great sports day. Lots to talk about. We got some baseball news. You're not going to like it, Tiger fans. Lots to talk about. But last night, I had a great night in Harbor Lanes with my team, Colony Marine.
Now, tell me about it, because I understand that you had 8 consecutive strikes.
I did. I had the first 8 in the third game.
Oh.
I shot a 232 the first game, then a 200 in the second game. We were winning. We really were bowling great as a team. And I started with the first 8, and I was really relaxed. I go up in the ninth, and I just pulled.
Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. I got to turn that down. I got to turn you off.
I go in the ninth, and I pull the ball a little bit, came up high, got 8. And then at that point, we were up so much, I didn't pay attention. I missed the spare. I wound up with a 253 game.
Wow.
So I shot like 685, I think.
Now, do you go
up
up in that ninth frame? Is that what you call it?
The ninth frame.
Do you go up in that ninth frame with your knees knocking a little bit?
They weren't knocking yet. But if you get the front 9 and you go up in that 10th, that's when it starts hitting you.
How many 300 games have you ever
I
won?
don't have any. I have a 299.
Really?
I have a 299. Now, Scotty G is like the pro. Scotty G probably has 24 300 games.
Get out of here.
Yeah, from Woodward Bets. I mean, the guy is a phenomenal
6
bowler.
o'clock here, weeknights, on the Woodward Sports Network.
So I'm looking for my first, so I'm nervous still. And I tell you, I have so many good friends at the bowling alley at Harbor Lane. Shout out Mike Luceni and the crew. A lot of friends are all rooting for me, and I gagged. What are you going to do?
You laid an egg. Now, I can only imagine. I can see Tom Massaway bowling a 300 game. You're not the man I am.
Who do you think you are?
That's what it is. Who do you think you are? I am.
I think I'll cry if I get one.
Good old Pete Weber there.
I've been bowling since I was 8 years old.
My goodness. Today is not a good bowling day. If you look outside.
Outdoor bowling.
Look, so if you'll notice, today is the first day in a long time I'm not in a tie.
You're looking good, man.
I had to leave my earlier job, the old television job, and I had to go home and change. I had to do it. I could not come here in a tie on Friday because the sunshine was telling me I couldn't do it. I had to come here in sweats, in relaxed wear, knowing Braylon wasn't going to be here. I didn't want to show you up. You know what I mean?
You're not showing me up. I don't care. I am who I am, man.
I'm kidding, man. No, but there was just something about the day outside today. We're going to get a 60-degree day on Sunday as well.
60 plus.
Oh, my God. You got any plans on Sunday?
It's Kathy's birthday weekend. My wife, love you. Happy birthday, honey.
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Going out for a nice dinner tonight with the fam. Hey, Kath. And the rest we're just celebrating all weekend.
Oh, my goodness. Good stuff. Hey, guys, we got a big show today. A couple of great guests. We're going to talk to Tony Paul, sports writer from the Detroit News, coming up in about 20 minutes from now. If you've paid attention at all today over the last 12 hours or so, it's come out that Chris Ilitch is one of 4 owners to oppose the luxury tax threshold for Major League Baseball owners. There's a lot going on there.
We knew that he was one of the cheap owners, and this kind of shows you what we have here in Detroit. It's a guy he ain't Mr. Ilitch. He's not Mike Ilitch. That's all I got to say.
We're going to get into that with Tony in just a couple of minutes. Also, Jeff Pearlman, really excited about this. If you have seen the trailer on HBO at all, it's called Showtime. It's the show about the Lakers back in the 80s.
The Magic Lakers.
Magic and Kareem and Pat Riley, Byron and Scott, all these guys. Jeff Pearlman,
Jerry Buss.
9-time New York Times best-selling author, wrote this book. They turned it into this
miniseries
on HBO, and that debuts on Sunday night. Really excited to watch that. Winning Time, it's called, The Rise of the Lakers Dynasty. It starts on Sunday. We'll talk to him at the top of hour number 2. Also trending last night into today, all day today really, is the NFL Combine. Maz, I know you were bowling, but I was totally locked into this. And I think one of the cool parts about it is last night the quarterbacks were throwing and the wide receivers were out there as well. But because there is no Trevor Lawrence, because there is no who's the Cincinnati quarterback?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Right.
Because there's no Joe Burrow, I mean, these guys are out there throwing.
Yep.
Desmond Ritter's throwing. Kenny Pickett's throwing.
Ritter's pretty fast,
Malik Willis is throwing out there.
Was he throwing?
Oh, my gosh. Cannon.
Yeah.
Now, that part of it was fun. Just loft it up and go get it.
Look at this guy.
Hearing Kurt Warner talk about how these guys should throw the ball too, right off the hand, Kurt Warner knew if the ball was going to be on target or not. You know, he would say stuff like, oh, you got to get that up and let the receiver run underneath that a little bit more or what have you. But some of these guys just have such a cannon, and it was a joy to watch these guys throw last night. I'm a total dork. I was so into it. At one point, Nicole walked in the room. She's like, what are you watching? Football practice?
I thought football was over.
Right? Football practice? I said, yeah, it's a little bit, it's called the NFL Combine.
Isn't that something?
But it was so cool
Hell, I watched
see.
the freaking Senior Bowl practices. We're sick.
But at least they have pads on.
Yeah, I know.
You know, it is cool.
It's the Underwear Olympics.
Yeah, it is cool, though, to see Maz. Very cool.
And Hassan Haskins, we're going to show you what he did today, too. Running backs hitting the weight bench, the Joe Weeders. Wait till you see what Hassan Haskins did. When do you think he's going to get drafted?
You know, I don't know. It's really interesting because you don't have to take a running back high. Running backs in the NFL, I mean, look at what the Lions had this year, Maz, with undrafted rookie free agents. You do not have to take a running back high. You do your homework on a guy, you can take him 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round undrafted free agent. Hassan Haskins is going to find a home in the NFL.
I hope so.
And he's going to be a good pro. I believe that.
Michigan backs usually do well.
Yeah. And I'm intrigued to see where Kenneth Walker goes, to be quite frank with you. I mean, he's one of 3 backs that I think you could say are elite backs coming out of this year's rookie class, and I don't know how high those guys go. I mean,
Jalen Naylor ran last night as well, Michigan State wide receiver. He's going to surprise some people.
I mean, are you burning a 2nd-round pick on a running back?
No, not right. Not if I'm the Lions, unless they get an extra one.
Not the Lions, but even
maybe depends on what your needs are.
Yeah, I guess it does depend on what your needs are.
If you're the New York Giants, you're going to do that. Maybe try to trade Saquon
because you don't have Saquon. That's absolutely right, Tom Mazaway. So we got that for you. We're going to talk some Lions today as well. 28th strength of schedule in the NFL this year. Maz,
so easy, quote-unquote, schedule.
I am going to say something to you that may knock your socks off a little bit.
I already know what you're going to say.
What? You can say it. If you think
I know what you're going to say.
If you think you know what I'm going to say it.
The Lions are going to make the playoffs or make a run this year.
Not only do I think they'll make the playoffs.
Oh, Christ.
I do believe it's a disappointing year if they don't.
Oh.
That's really where I was going to go with it, and we can expound upon it a little bit later on into the show. I think I will be disappointed greatly if the Lions don't make the playoffs.
You're not going to be disappointed.
I think I will be.
You know what I want to see?
That's the expectation going in.
In December, when they're doing the playoff projections, I want to see Detroit Lions.
In the hunt.
In the hunt. I want to see the logo of Leapin' on In the Hunt. That's what I want.
I knew that's exactly.
At least for 2 weeks.
I knew that's exactly where you were going to go with it, guys. Okay, hey, if you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for doing so. Smash that like button for us as well. We've had a great participation in the chat over the last week and quite frankly, over the last few months.
Yeah. The Beeliners are good to us.
I mean, my goodness. So we definitely want to see you guys hit that like button. Over 20,000, damn near 21,000 subscribers right now on Twitter. And I'm telling you, the game is changing over here, folks. We are certainly...
We're not going anywhere.
No, we're not. Despite what you guys want or what people may say out there.
We're going up.
Yeah, I heard a couple of shots taken our way.
Honestly,
yeah,
I like that.
I like that too.
Can you expound?
Well, I was listening to a certain radio station, and I think they were
our friends were on.
Yep, and they were slightly in a roundabout way making fun of us, and I was like,
"Oh wow,
that's so cool. We matter to you. How about it? Little old Woodward sports." Little nothing old Woodward sports.
I dig it.
Bottom line. Here we come, baby.
Here we come.
Armani and Edwards, we're going to get into the NFL Combine and then this Chris Illich story in about 10 minutes. We'll do so with Tony Paul, 225. We'll have it for you. Armani and Edwards, the Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
Yeah.
What do you get when you mix fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken with our savory signature sauces? The best damn wings you've ever had. Wing Snob Traditional Wings. Try our Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. And we toss them to perfection. When your wings are this good, it's easy to be a snob. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for Chili Peppers Tanning. You see this white complexion, pasty white? I need some sun, and I need some bad right now. And if you're not going to get it out in Michigan, you go to Chili Peppers Tanning. It's going to find the cleanest salons in the D, spotless, sanitized room, trained and certified tanning professionals. And if you join the Pepper Club, they'll take great care of you. They got the best deals. They'll beat all competitors by $5. Don't forget, pick up Australian Gold, Designer Skin, Caltan, and Swedish Beauty Lotions. ChiliPeppersTanning.com. The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters, 26 locations and counting. ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Ryan Armani, Braylon Edwards. Braylon out today. We've got Tom Mazaway. We brought him from the bullpen up to the big chair. Actually, I think your chair is the best shot in the whole studio.
Well, it's comfy.
Yeah.
It's comfy,
Yeah.
and the lights aren't as bad. Well, they are pretty bad. These lights, man, how do you do it every day with the lights?
You just become used to it there, Maz.
Man, I'm surprised you don't have a better tan.
No kidding. Guys, I want to get into this NFL Combine just because I was so locked into it last night. It was really great. And, of course, Chris Olave's 40 time was one of the big talkers. Who helped himself, who didn't help himself. Olave was a guy that people were talking about like crazy because unofficially last night he ran a 4.26.
Look at this.
40-yard dash. Now, officially,
wow,
it was upwards of 4.3, but the dude was flying last night, and I think he made himself a little bit of money.
You see Ryan Day sitting there watching him?
Born
his
on
old
third
coach?
base. He's standing on third base. But nonetheless, Maz, guys like Olave, where I think maybe you're projected 26 to 36, somewhere in that range, 26 to 40.
He's going up.
Maybe you get into the top 20.
He is going to. As a matter of fact, Dan Orlovsky put out a tweet, and I think Alex can put this one up. Orlovsky looked at him and said, well, looking at Olave and the rest of these wide receivers, teams are going to have to go up if you really want to get one of these top guys. Because you got the top 5, and then you got another good 5 after that. Wide receiver is locked and loaded this week. I mean, this year. 2 Ohio State guys. You had his teammate Garrett Wilson ran like a tick behind where Chris Olave ran. So I don't know. Lion-wise, I wanted to see if they could wait to that second-round pick. But here's what you need to do. You take pick 2, you swap back, you pick yourself up another late first-round pick, you pick up another first-round pick or another early second-round pick, and try to get your 2 defenders and a wide receiver, and then reach for the best player after that.
So watching this last night, it got me to think about 2 things specifically. I feel like there is so much talent in the college game right now. I mean, Carson Strong was freaking throwing dimes last night. Carson Strong from Nevada.
Great name.
You know what I mean? Long ball. The wide receiver whose name escapes me right now. From
Tyquan Thornton?
From Western Michigan. Moore, perhaps. Wide receiver
Sky
from Western
Moore.
Yeah.
4-4-1.
There's so much talent in college football now that you don't have to trade up to get a guy.
I know, but don't you want one of those Ohio State kids? Or you want Jahan Dotson?
Because you know them. Because they're on TV every day. But watching these guys last night, and again, this is in shorts and in the underwear. The underwear Olympics, as you call them. But I think these guys do impress scouts with their raw abilities. And maybe you don't look at Sky Moore as a player that you would take. But if you could get a Sky Moore, in a round of your choosing, why would you waste draft capital to try to get one of these guys?
I don't think it's a waste because, as you heard Braylon, he always preaches it, and you preach it to me. You want one of the best guys. You want your Jamar Chase. Because I said, wait second, third round to get your wide receiver because there's a lot of them. But you said you need a name. There's a name out there as a free agent. It's going to happen. His name is Amari Cooper. We'll talk about him in a minute. Dallas is going to release him once the NFL season starts. They saved themselves about $16 million on the cap. There'll be a lot of teams lined up that second to sign him. So you want to get one of these rookies? Like you said, you want to wait? Okay. But you better get a guy on the free agent market that's going to help you. Robinson from the Bears. Yeah. Another guy that's going to be out there. Allen Robinson.
See, that's what I think the Lions have to do is go get a guy coming on his second contract.
What was the guy from Arizona? Christian Kirk?
Christian Kirk.
That was who,
smaller guy.
I know, but that's who ESPN said, hey, this is a great fit for the Lions. I'm just saying, different guys have different opinions.
And I agree, but if you look at a guy like Stephon Diggs, right? Stephon Diggs is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I think you can make that argument. He's not the best, but he's one of the best.
But look what he did for Gabriel Davis.
And a solid number 1 in this league. Stephon Diggs is a 5th-round pick.
He was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't matter when you take the player. It matters who you take.
Right.
Right? Are you going to get a good player or are you not going to get a good player? So that's where your player development comes in as well. You take a guy like Stephon Diggs in Minnesota and, he has the work ethic, he has the skill, the coaching, and the ability.
Look at Brad Holmes. He found Cooper Kupp. These are the guys that you got to depend on them. This was his.
It's cool. Let's see Cooper Kupp. When was Cooper Kupp taken? And it's stuff like that, Maz, that you really gotta look at. Cooper Kupp is not a top 10 pick. He's not a Jamar Chase, right?
No, he was not.
Cooper Kupp. Let's see what round he was taken in. I can't look it up. Maybe one of these guys can look it up for me if you get a
Wasn't
chance.
a first round, second round.
Yeah, not a first or second round guy. That's the point. You mentioned Hassan Haskins, the bench press you wanted to show.
I do.
The guy has found a home or will find a home in the NFL. Impressed himself a lot. Here's his bench press today.
27 times.
Yeah, I want sound. Give me the sound.
They're all rooting for him. Here he goes.
We go Lockout, all the way up, lock him out. Come on, Morgan, lock it out, all the way up. Finish. Come on.
Look at this, Maz. Guys just doing that with.
He's a monster.
Just incredible. By the way,
he just took his first breath.
Cooper Kupp, a 3rd-round pick. So it really doesn't matter what round you're getting a guy.
Get the right guy.
Yeah, get the right guy.
Look at this guy.
Beast. He ain't done yet.
27 reps, the highest of any running back on the bench. I got more in me. Come on.
Man, that's it. Yeah, Hassan Haskins, baby.
Nice.
Go blue. Rock on. Speaking of attributes, You know who's got some attributes?
Another Michigan guy.
Aiden Hutchinson. Here's what he had to say.
Attributes are my instincts. I'm a very intuitive player, and that comes with watching a lot of film. And I think it's kind of just it was in me inherently, and being able to kind of have that on the field, and it allows me to make a lot of plays.
You tell him, Hutch.
I mean, he's going to be a really good player in this league for a long time. Is he going to be a Myles Garrett?
You don't know. He might be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a T.J. Watt? I don't know.
They're rare.
They are rare,
They're
but
rare.
I think he's going to be a really solid
Big Ten
player.
guy. Another Big Ten guy.
If he stays healthy, I think he's going to be a solid player in this league for 10 to 12 years.
I'm just nervous about him still. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm nervous about him. I mean, he showed everything that you got, except in that last game when he played a really, really good team that prepared for him, that had 4 weeks to prepare for him. And he was a no-show in that Georgia game. They dominated him.
And we'll see. Much of the talk over the last couple of months, if you need an edge rusher up top, has been Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau, the edge rusher from the Oregon Ducks. Here's what he had to say on the media.
The Giants interviewed him. This is the setup. Giants interviewed him, and he said, yeah, the Giants were really hard on me with questions saying, hey, kid, can you handle this New York media? And Thibodeau, he gave it right back to him.
I mean, just give me a hard time, like when you bring up, what's going to happen if I'm not the star, coming in 5 games in if I don't have a sack. This is one thing we talked about. And, the media is going to be down on me. Everybody's going to be, I'm going to be in the doghouse. How am I going to hold that? And I let them know, I've been in the media since I was a sophomore in high school, So I've been trained for this my whole life. And I know that most of it is entertainment, right? So I'm not really worried because whatever happens between the 4 walls of the team and the organization is what's going to dictate the future. And if I have 5 bad games, we're going to focus on that next week on how we're going to, dominate the team, that's next.
Sharp kid.
He is, but I mean, I don't know. That's kind of a silly question. I mean,
well, the most of these questions is, what are your attributes?
Right.
What habits do you, like when you go for an interview?
Well,
what are your good habits? What are your bad habits?
Yeah.
What do you want us to say?
I guess if you're the New York Football Giants, I guess media and how you would approach the media is part of the process, part of the job application.
I sent you a video today. Did you watch it on Lawrence Taylor?
I did.
Did you see,
real angry.
Did you see what an animal he became?
He plays angry.
You want to go to New York, you're not going to be Lawrence Taylor. They're going to look at you like, hey, you're the number 1 pick. That's what the Giants meant about that. Because you go put that giant helmet on, everyone thinks they're Lawrence Taylor.
LT or Jeets?
Jeets.
All right, guys. Hey, we're going to take a break.
Over everybody except my dad.
Pretty interesting. Look, we all know where baseball stands right now. They are locked out.
The
First 2 series are canceled. More to come. Is this going to be an extended lockout? We don't know. However, news came out today that Chris Ilitch is one of 4 owners that opposed the luxury tax in baseball being elevated. And look,
and he wanted to take lunch money away from these guys.
and right, wrong, or indifferent, whatever the real story is, the perception of Chris Ilitch is 1, he ain't his dad, and 2, he cares more about money than spending it on his team or being a winner.
There ain't many Mr. Ilitches.
This is not going to play well here in the city of Detroit with the fan base, because whether or not that actually is a truthful depiction of what happened, people believe this is what happened, and that's all that matters to some. I'm so curious to hear Tony Paul's thoughts, sports writer, Detroit News, heavy focus on baseball for this guy, so we're going to check in with Tony. We'll do it next. Armani and Edwards, the Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
Everything that we've hoped for, finally.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
It's all happening now.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. Because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for Syntron. Syntron World is an aspirational lifestyle brand a line of sparkling flavored energy beverages, premium bottled water, and revitalizer shots. Cintron, the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, proud partners with the Detroit Pistons, exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice. Buy online at CintronWorld.com. Promo code RedWings10. Save 10% with shipping including. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
All right, we're going to talk some baseball here. Pretty big story around here, and I think this is only going to get bigger from here. A report out there that Chris Ilitch was one of 4 owners, along with the Reds, the Angels, and the Diamondbacks, to oppose the increase of baseball's luxury tax.
Can I say something real quick?
Please.
Artie Moreno of the Angels, I'm shocked that
he ought to be ashamed of himself.
He's a 4-time billionaire.
Ought to be ashamed of
himself. Come on, man. Give me a break. I can understand the other 3 guys a little bit, but give me a break.
So I want to get Tony Paul's thoughts on this. Sports writer, Detroit News, big baseball guy. Tony, good afternoon to you. Thanks for the time, my friend.
Hey, T.
Guys, how you doing?
Doing good. Tony, first off, when you heard this report, your initial reaction was?
Well, I think it's definitely disheartening, and I look at it this way. You know, Chris Ilitch has been the basic de facto owner of the Tigers for quite a while now, and it's taken a lot of heat, and rightfully so, with the lack of spending with the Tigers, and then, of course, you know, his other projects that haven't developed in downtown Detroit. And there's been, you know, a lot of people upset with him. He kind of got back a little bit of some goodwill, right, before the strike, before the lockout, when he finally put some money out there. You signed, Eduardo Rodriguez. You signed Javier Baez. You trade for Tucker Barnhart. They've spent more than almost any team in baseball this offseason. And so he finally gets a little bit of goodwill back from the fans, gets in their good graces, and it's a little bit more of a positive vibe. And then this comes out where you just have to shake your head, like, what's the point of this? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, how much money do you need? You know, I mean, it's just disheartening after everything the Tigers had done before the lockout that was, on a whole, pretty positive.
Tony, perception is reality in any case, in every case. In the perception of Chris Ilitch from, I think, most Tigers fans, and correct me if I'm wrong if that's not a fair assessment, but I think the perception from most Tigers fans is that this guy is more concerned about the bottom line, no pun intended, than he is about doing everything it takes to win. Such a different dichotomy between how people felt about Mike Ilitch and how people feel about Chris Ilitch. How will this play with Tigers fans?
Well, it's not going to play very well. You know, there's a big difference between the dad and the son here. I mean, you know, Matt's made a good point. There's not many owners like Mike Ilitch. You know, there's not many people that would spend beyond their means. I mean, they didn't make much of a profit when he was running the team because he wanted to win. That was all he wanted to do. There's not a whole lot of owners like that. That said, there's not a whole lot of owners like Chris Ilitch who refuse to invest in the product, you know, in a fair way. I mean, you don't have to spend $250 million on a payroll, but you know you certainly can. You know, spend. This market can sustain a $150 million payroll, and you can be quite competitive. So there's a huge difference between the two, and this just is a bad look. And it's just, you know, again, after everything that they did make the signings. They didn't sign Correa, but they did sign Baez. He finally put some money out there, which he said he was going to do, and he kind of lived up to his word there. And then this comes out. And you see that he's kind of a hardliner on this lockout. You know, the owners don't look good in general, but these 4 guys look horrible today. You know, they're making money. I mean, the commissioner came out a couple of weeks ago and said, you know, you do better investing in the stock market than owning a Major League Baseball team. That's garbage.
Yeah, it's bull.
It's proven. It's proven over and over. I mean, the Tigers are bought. You know, you can factor in inflation and whatnot, but the Tigers are bought by Ilitch in the early '90s for $85 million. They're worth over $1 billion. So don't tell me you can throw money on the stock market, you know, or in your 401k and get that kind of investment. You just can't. And it's garbage. It's a bad look for the owners. And you know, and Ryan I saw your clip the other day, and I got to commend you because I thought it was really poignant. Everything that, you know, sports fans have been, and everybody, but sports fans too, have been through in the last 2 years. You know, sports taken away from us in live, you know, sports. You know, at no fault of anybody's, and then this comes out, and this is clearly the fault of the owners. This greed, and you're taking this game away from the fans again. It's ridiculous. It's terrible timing. It's tone deafness, and it needs to end.
Hey, Tony, dumb it down for me and for others about this luxury tax. Was this the main sticking point on this lockout, and what exactly do they want, these four guys?
Well, they want a salary cap. I think that's what they want. I think most owners do in baseball. It is the one main sport, one main of the four major professional sports in North America that doesn't have one. But that's a tribute to the union. Baseball union is the strongest union in the country,
it's the
best. And it was built because of the sacrifice of many others.
Kurt Flood
before them, and Kurt Flood was the guy, and many guys after him, and so now Marvin Miller, the list goes on.
Hall of Famer.
And so these, this, because of what comes before you, and you have a obligation, in my opinion, to protect your organization for the guys that come after you, just like the people did before you. And that's what the baseball players are doing now. I mean, look, baseball players aren't hurting on a whole as far as financial. But so a lot of people could look and say that they're being greedy too. But again, they're just doing what the guys before them did. They're protecting the guys who come after them.
Tony Paul joins us, Detroit News, Mr. Everything, the Shane Halter of the Detroit News. I love that tag, T. It's a man who played every position on the field. I wanted to ask you about players getting money for lunch, for dinner. What do they call those?
Meal stipends.
Meal stipends. All right, per diem. Okay. Yeah. Some owners, and I think these four in particular, want to include that in the player's salary. Is that the correct terminology?
I guess. I mean, this is just so dumb.
It's silly.
Honestly, God, it's ridiculous. I mean, by the way, and a lot of people don't know this, that money, most of that meal money, where it goes in the pockets of the people that work at the stadium.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's tipping. It's tipping money.
Yes.
These baseball players are expected to tip everywhere they go: clubhouse, hotels, airports, restaurants, you name it, and tip well because they're paid well. That's where that money goes. So to go after that's even a story is embarrassing. It really is. I mean, it's just absolutely embarrassing. And on the flip, and beyond that, that money goes to the stadium employees. And one thing we're not talking about nearly as much, all these employees that are going to lose a month's worth of wages at least. And these are the people that lost. These people in the hospitality industry. These people lost. A year plus worth of salary because of the pandemic, and now it's going to happen again to some extent. It's just ridiculous.
The Players Association came out and said they're going to try to get a fund up for $1 million to pay to these stadium employees. So the players are looking good. Hey, look, I've been on the player side from the get-go. There are some people that think they're selfish. You're paying $350 million to Carlos Correa, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm with the players because I'm paying $8 for a hot dog, $9 for a Pepsi, and you can go on and on from there. $30 to park. Give me a break.
But you're going to see the players.
I am. I'm going to see the players. I wanted to see Shohei Ohtani. I wanted to see Miguel Cabrera go for 3,000 hits coming up. Give me a break.
Well, I don't know one person who owns a Rob Manfred jersey. Not one. And I mean, that's the thing. These guys are the show. I mean, and the owners are making money. Baseball had record revenues for the last 5 years, even with the pandemic. And that this is going on is just ludicrous. It's just absolutely insane. And these four owners, it's just tone deaf. It really is that this would come out and they count meal money. I mean, are you kidding me? It's just bizarre.
I want to stick, Tony, with Chris Ilitch for 1 second and these owners. Ben Verlander, we've had him on the show before, and in one of he always used to talk about him and Justin and the family have talked about returning to Detroit at some point, yada yada. It's neither here nor there. But when free agents see stories like this, what impact do you think that has on a potential free agent coming to Detroit? Well, nowadays, I'm not sure if I want to go there because are they committed to winning? Am I making too much of that, or is that an area of concern?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll find out soon enough over the next several years. I tend to think that it probably won't have much of an impact. I still think that players will go where they're paid. And whether, everyone wants to talk about, I want to go to a winner.
Yeah.
Well, you want to get paid. Pudge Rodriguez didn't come to Detroit because he honestly believed they would be in the World Series 3 years later.
Bomb.
He came to Detroit because the only people that would overpay a guy with a back that was one collision away from being in a full body cast. He came to Detroit because they paid him, and I still think that that's the way. And it's the way with all of us, right? There might be another opportunity that if it pays better, it might not be, everything that the last job was cracked up to be, but if it pays significantly better, I think a lot of people would suck it up in the real world. So I don't know. We'll see. I tend to believe that's not going to have a huge impact, but who knows? I mean, these players are pretty united right now. Every one of them to a fault has come out and is fully united against the owners. And so who knows? Maybe there'll be a few guys that will not be interested in Detroit. But I think in the long run, money's going to talk more than anything.
Tony, how far are the owners willing to take this? On the surface, I feel like this is a short-term lockout because I just can't believe that the owners are this tone-deaf, even though I know they're tone-deaf right now. But how far are they legitimately willing to take this thing?
Well, they've taken it to this point, which is ridiculous in itself.
It's embarrassing.
The game was locked out in early December, and they didn't meet again. They didn't have any negotiations for 80, 90 days. So the fact that we're even at this point is absurd. We're going to lose we know the first week of the season is canceled. We know that many more weeks are coming, at least multiple weeks. The Tigers opening day is going to be canceled. So the fact that they've gotten to this point, if they were going to let up, I think that they would have done it before they canceled games, right? So who knows?
No doubt.
Hey, when it all's said and done, Tony, do you think the Tigers are done signing players, or do you think you're seeing a couple of maybe relievers or something else coming this way?
No, I don't think they're done. I think that they could use another reliever or two, and there's a pretty flush market out there for guys that could help this team. And I think they could go get another starting pitcher, a guy like Rodon or somebody like that to continue to add some depth there, because you can't rely on all the youngsters, right, to do it, if you're going to contend. So I think they could use another starter. I don't think they're done. But it depends on when we get going again. So who knows?
Yeah.
It's such a guessing game at this point. But the bottom line is, it's just absurd. It's so stupid that they've gotten to this point.
I wouldn't mind Rodon coming here.
Yeah.
Pitched a no-hitter against us last year.
Couldn't say it any better myself, Tony. Certainly appreciate it, my friend. Check Tony out in the Detroit News. Follow him on Twitter at Tony Paul 1984. Great year.
Is that for you? Is that your birth year, or is that just the Tigers' year?
Yeah. No, it's funny. Quick little story. It's obviously for the. I started the Twitter account before I started covering the Tigers, but it was obviously for the last year the Tigers won the World Series. But my sister always thought for like years and years and years, and that's my personal email too. And she thought for years and years and years that it was because it was the year she was born. And I had to break it to her. I had to break it to her eventually that. No, that's not exactly what it was for, but we'll go with that if you want.
Absolutely. Great stuff, Tone. We'll hope to talk to you again soon, man. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Tone.
All right, guys. Take care.
You bet. Tony Paul, Detroit News, sports writer, great baseball guy.
I was going to ask him about the players' meal money.
Well, you did.
Well, why the hell are you paying them meal money?
Mess. Sit tight. I want to ask. I want to respond to you.
What if I paying them meal money?
Armani and Edwards,
Won't
the
they make
bottom
enough?
line, Woodward Sports Network. Shut up, Mez.
$5.
Meal money.
I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey, gang.
Hey, gang.
I want to tell you about Guardian Alarm. You see that black and yellow sign
I see
outside
it.
your house? It tells the bad guys one thing. It says stay out. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. Guardian Alarm, 24/7 local monitoring, convenient features let you check in on your home or your business, control your lights, your temperatures, detect smoke, carbon monoxide, even going to let you lock and unlock your doors. All you have to do is call that number right above my head. It says 1-800-STAY-OUT. That's right. That number again. 1-800-STAY-OUT. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts.
Look at Joey 2 times on the chat. Come on, Joe. He says, hey, we made it through the baseball segment. Why don't you guys like baseball?
I mean, I think I could talk 2 hours about this baseball.
I could have kept them on the entire show.
I could literally talk baseball for 2 hours every day.
We need a show.
I know. We should do a separate one
once
the back,
a week at least.
Just on base. We'll call it baseball
That's
only.
That's
and
it.
We'll have Tony Paul on every day.
Yes.
Because I can talk baseball with that guy.
He's the best.
Every day.
He is.
You mentioned the meal money.
Yeah.
Present your question again.
Okay, here's what goes, folks. I don't know how much they get per diem per day. I should ask Dan Dickerson. They all get it. Every Tiger employee, every baseball player, announcers, the works. They all get cash every week. The traveling secretary hands them an envelope. Here's your meal money for the week. It's all in cash. You heard Tony. They use it for tipping, whatever. Why am I handing cash to Miguel Cabrera? He's making $300 million for his contract. $300 million.
What about the guy that makes $600,000?
Oh, I'm sorry. $600,000? Who gives a damn? It's $600,000.
2 points about this. Number one, and Tony, I think, hit the nail on the head. They use that money for tip money.
I don't give a damn.
Great.
Go to the ATM.
Number two, they're at work.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
Nope. They're at work. Next time Chad Johnson wants to send Tom Mazaway to the Super Bowl or to the Final Four, you know what? I'm going to tell Chad Johnson, you pay Tom Mazaway a pretty darn good salary. He can buy his own food. You don't need to give him extra money.
Well, we all know that's not true.
Well, no.
I'm not a baseball player.
So?
I'm an average Joe.
But you're at work.
If I'm going to work for the Super Bowl for the week and I'm away, yeah, I'm not going to take advantage of my company. But yeah, I'm going to eat. They pay for the hotel, stuff like that.
Why don't you pay for your own hotel?
Because they sent me on the trip.
Oh, who sent Miguel Cabrera on the trip to Chicago?
They pay his way. He rides first class, eats like a pig, gets anything he wants, sleeps as long as he wants, does whatever the hell he wants. Why are they getting an envelope full of cash?
Because they're at work. Because they're at work, and work is requiring them to travel.
Do football players get per diem?
I don't know if they do or not, because I don't think football players do that stuff. They travel the day before the game. They do team meal.
Because their union sucks.
Yeah, right.
And you heard Tony. It's the most powerful union around in sports, the MLBPA.
Incredible stuff.
I just don't understand how these guys. It's a sticking point. That's why these owners don't want to let these players back in. They want that money, and I don't blame them, included in their salary. Put an ATM machine in each clubhouse.
Yeah, I don't like that, because the owners definitely know that what the players do with that money. I mean, they do.
I'm saying put an ATM machine in the clubhouse, right?
No,
put a big
ridiculous
sign. Use this for tipping.
Now you're being silly.
No, I'm not.
Now
I really mean it. I never understood it.
Well, I think you're wrong.
That's fine. If I'm making $1 million or more, I don't need extra cash to go on the road. I don't.
I think you should decline your offer then. You should decline the...
I'll tell you what. If Chad wants to send me for the week, he could pay for my hotel. I'll pay for my own food.
Look at you.
I will.
Hard ass. I
don't care. I'll pay. I want to go. I want to go on the road.
Right.
These guys got a life. What a life.
Oh, my
80
God.
games on the road.
Maz, it's so good. So if you want
Best
to talk baseball,
hotels?
we can circle back to the baseball talk, hour number 2 of the program. Speaking of hour number 2, top of the hour in about 15 minutes from now, we're going to be talking to Jeff Pearlman, 9-time New York Times bestselling author, including Showtime. So this is really the story of the Lakers back in the day, the Showtime Lakers.
The best basketball ever was the 80s.
HBO's got Winning Time, the rise of the Lakers Dynasty, and it starts on Sunday. We're really excited about it, so we're going to talk to Jeff Pearlman. And we're going to ask about the USFL, too, because there is some talk of the USFL, the original USFL, suing the new USFL.
Yeah. And he wrote a great book on the failure of the USFL. The death of the USFL. He blames it all on Donald Trump, by the way.
Right. Well, there was that Small Potatoes.
Yes.
Small Potatoes was
that
about
was all
that.
about it.
So I do want to talk some football with you, and I want to talk about the Detroit Lions because I was thinking about this, and every time I watch football, I cannot do it without thinking or bringing it back to the Detroit Lions. So the Lions have the 28th strength of schedule next year in terms of weakest schedule. So basically they have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth easiest schedule in the NFL on paper next year. They play 7 games against first-year head coaches. They have the 15th most cap space, so right in the middle of the road there. 10 draft picks, and oh, by the way, 9 home games this year.
Yes, they got the extra one. I want to thank Honolulu Blues on Twitter for this, by the way. Great job, fellas.
Absolutely. We certainly appreciate Honolulu Blues for putting this out. 9 home games, 8 road games. They do get the extra game. Last year, and I know if, 2 biggest letters in the English language are I and F when you put them together for if. But the Detroit Lions could have won 6 to 8 games last year.
Yes.
If 1 or 2 plays
for sure
went their way in each game.
And if the referees were watching the play clock.
Having that knowledge, finish this sentence for me, Tom Mazaway.
Go ahead.
I would be disappointed in the 2023, I would be disappointed in the 2022 Detroit Lions season if
they don't win 7 games or more. That's me. I want them in the hunt in December on TV when they show you that playoff projections. I'll ask you the question. What would make you disappointed in 2022 if the Lions?
I think I would be I know. Based on what we know, first and foremost, having that extra home game, the 9th game, the fact that they have the 28th strength of schedule, they have the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL next year based on record, knowing that they have so many draft picks, 3 of the top 34 players in this draft. Maz, I would be terribly disappointed if the Detroit Lions don't make the playoffs in 2022. I would be terribly disappointed if they don't make the playoffs.
Wow.
That's where I'm at.
That's
Am I
heavy duty.
crazy? I want to hear from everybody on the YouTube chat. And I want your retort to that. Stay right there. Armani and Edwards. Got to take a break. Stay right there.
Give you the schedule, too.
Armani and Edwards, the Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
Think you're a big shot?
Oh, excuse me. It goes down.
Think you can make the big shot?
Washington fires. That hits.
Woodward Sports wants to send you to the finals for college basketball April 2nd through the 4th in New Orleans. That's right, you and a friend in the Big Easy. We'll take care of the airfare, hotel, and tickets to see the finals for college basketball. Listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show. Big D Energy and the Bottom Line for your chance to qualify. If you can make the big shot, you and a friend are getting out of the cold and to New Orleans.
Got it.
Keep listening and watching for your next chance to win. Powered by Planet Fitness, Centron, and the Sports Marketing Agency.
And it's over. Anything can happen in March.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Everybody, it's Maz from MyBookie.ag where I put my sports bets in. And last night, had those Pistons plus 8.5. They beat the Raptors again. Pearlman gave that to you. And if you were on MyBookie.ag, you are cashing a ticket today. Hopefully, use the promo code Woodward because you first-timers get Double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000 by using the promo code Woodward. Who are you going to play this weekend? Michigan. Man, they're on the ropes now. They are at Ohio State. Michigan State also on the ropes. They are home from Maryland. Get on that action. You can bet NFL futures, Major League Baseball, whenever they play again. Get the futures there. NBA, NCAA. It's coming down the stretch. Duke and North Carolina. Coach K's last home game. Get them all on mybookie.ag. Use the promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and
Mike
hosting
on there,
countless.
big guy. Helps, but it's all good. We love Gypsy Vodka.
Sam did not know he was doing a Gypsy Vodka. So let's
he's reading it. He just doesn't have the mic on. Oh,
we don't hear him.
We don't hear him.
Getting levels.
It's okay.
Keep going, though, if somebody hears you.
All right. It took 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy is the best tasting, smoothest vodka on the market. Gypsy is gluten-free and corn distilled 6 times using artesian spring water. Support local guys here from Michigan. Try a bottle today. Ask for it by name, Gypsy. As always, drink responsibly.
All right, great. We hope you heard that because I only have one channel of audio in my
I didn't hear him.
We don't know.
Let us know if he was on the
we
air.
hear him. Pistons fan 11 says we hear him.
Okay,
his
Pistons
mic
fan
was
11.
on, Ryan. Sabotage. I love it. Sabotage. I'm so sorry, big guy.
Me too.
Good
I didn't
job
hear
there,
you,
Sam. We certainly appreciate it. Maybe I should get 2 channels of audio.
Who knew?
One in my left ear, one in my right ear, but that's nonetheless. Hey, I want to talk a little Detroit Lions, Maz. And again, I just want to reiterate. The Detroit Lions have the 5th easiest schedule in the NFL next year based on last year's records.
Paper.
3 of the top 34 players in this draft will be Detroit Lions. $20 million or so in available cap space. A division that really seems in flux. You got the Bears with a first-year head coach. The Vikings with a first-year head coach. Who knows what's going to happen with the Packers, even if Aaron Rodgers comes back. I don't know what that formula is there. Last year, they could have won 6 to 8 games, depending upon if 1 or 2 plays in each of those games went their way. I know that's a big if, but if that happened, they could have won 6 to 8 games. I would be terribly disappointed this season if the Detroit Lions don't make the playoffs. That's where my expectation is as we head into 2022. Tell me I'm nuts.
Is there a play-in game?
Tell me I'm nuts.
No.
That's my expectation.
Look, I don't think you're nuts. I don't think you're nuts. Let me go over the schedule real quick. And yeah, I'd be close with you. Like you said, 6 to 7, 6 to 8 games they could have won last year. They can do it this year. So we'll see what it goes. They got 2 with the Bears, 2 with the Packers, 2 with the Vikings. They play Atlanta at home, Carolina at home, Denver at home, Raiders at home. At Kansas
Sit
City.
down, Adam.
At Kansas City, at the Chargers, at New Orleans, at Tampa Bay, who's terrible. Why not?
Look at Adam.
Why not? Hey, Adam, why don't you sit down?
Adam, why don't you sit down over here?
Why don't you put the
Have
mic
a
on?
conversation with me real quick because I want you to tell me where I'm wrong. Okay? I want you to tell me where I'm wrong. I think the Detroit Lions, to me, based on a number of different issues that I just laid out, and I'm not going to say it again, I would be disappointed if they don't make the playoffs next year. That's my expectation.
And I'd be happy if they just showed him in December when the playoff picture comes up, if it says Detroit Lions in the hunt. Adam Baydoun from our morning show.
And again, if you want 5th easiest schedule based on this year's records, 3 of the top 34 picks, $20 million in cap space, a division that's in flux, Bears, Vikings, first-year head coaches, who knows what's going to happen with the Packers. 6 to 8 games they should have won last year, in my opinion, could have won if 1 or 2 plays in those games went their way. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities. Not only that, but you've got you got Hawkinson back. You've got Ragnow back. You've got a full season with Decker. You've got Sewell with a year. You're going to get a wide receiver out there. I just think that's where I'm starting my expectations this year with a playoff appearance.
You should start them where Maz is starting them. I think Maz is on point. I think by December, if they're in the playoff hunt, mission accomplished.
If they lose to the Jets and the Giants, we're pissed. We're coming in here calling for Dan Campbell's head. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing. And you don't get to 7 wins if you're losing. to the Giants and the Jets.
They won't. They won't lose to them.
Okay.
The
They're
Jets
terrible.
are getting 2 top 10 players. So are the Giants. I think they'll be a lot better than they were last year. Watch out for the Vikings. Those are my early division winners next year.
Yeah, I just don't like Kirk. I'm not a believer in Kirk Cousins anymore.
But they got a
So-
lot of talent,
yeah.
man.
I
They
know.
lost a
They got
lot of
talent. They're-
games, but under 5-6 points. They're
going to be able to grab a corner probably at number 12, maybe an Ahmad Gardner. Depends if he falls.
Sauce, Detroit guy.
They'll be able to get a secondary player. They have the offense. Watch out for Minnesota. That's my early pick. But for the Lions, don't expect 10, 11 wins. My median, my floor
11
has to be
wins.
6. Anything less than 6, I think, is a failure.
Yeah.
And then I think 9 is super realistic.
I think 9 gets you in.
Well, yeah, now it's 7 teams, right?
I think
So
9 gets you in.
I think it's doable.
Yeah.
I don't think he's crazy, man.
Especially if Green Bay falters, if they can't get Aaron Rodgers signed. You got a chance to compete for that division with the Vikings because they'd be 1-2.
Even if Aaron Rodgers does come back,
No. If he comes back, they win. But they win by daylight.
If he comes back, are they a 13-win team again for the 4th year in a
Aaron
row?
Rodgers comes back and plays for the Green Bay Packers, they will go 7-10, and it will be an ugly exit. The
Really?
Minnesota
See,
Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings will be an 11-6, 10-7 division.
You're out of your mind now, yeah. You're out of your mind.
Doesn't the 11?
Why are they going to lose? Why are they going to win 7 games?
They're going to lose.
Why are
10
they gonna
games. They're going to lose 10 games because Aaron Rodgers is the biggest diva in the NFL, and at any point or any sign of adversity, he will fold as he always has in his career.
Adam, you're not. I don't think you're too far off.
He's
there.
far off.
I really don't, because when I said you don't know what's going to happen with the Packers, even if Aaron Rodgers comes back, in my mind I felt they were a 10-7 team if he comes back. Are they going to go 13 wins for the 4th season in a row? I don't think. I think Aaron Rodgers is rubbing guys the wrong way. I don't think they can afford anybody.
I got news for you. They don't want to win 13 games. You know why? They don't want to have home field because they can't win a freaking Lambeau all of a sudden in the playoffs. They're dangerous. If he stays with them and Devontae Adams stays, they're
Devontae
at least
Adams
11
can't
wins.
Stay. That's the problem. Adams can't stay because he's going to get a mega offer from Oakland. He's going to get a mega offer from Los Angeles. And he would be an idiot
Chargers, yeah.
to try to come back to Green Bay.
Not only that, but if they franchise him, I don't think he gives them everything he's got.
It's worse for Green Bay to franchise tag him because if they did, they're just delaying an ugly end to the Aaron Rodgers
and I
cycle.
believe they did make a not a promise, but in a roundabout way promise that they would not do that to him so he can go make his money.
Yes.
2 years ago, I believe they did that.
If they couldn't re-sign him.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
but
they could-
Gutekunst also told Aaron Rodgers supposedly, okay, we'll let you go
What does Aaron
at the end of
Rodgers
the
cost
year.
in the open market? Right now, if you're shopping him, what are you willing to accept for him? And
$30
what are
million a year.
What are you willing to trade for him? No, I mean draft capital.
I'll trade
If you're a
2
Denver,
number ones.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm with
I'd
Matt.
say 3 number ones.
I don't think I give up more than 3
No.
because it's a
He's a
one-year
1 year,
deal.
2 year player.
He's a 1-year rental, maybe another 1-year restructured deal on top of it. Then he probably goes away, hosts Jeopardy, or goes to the mountains and never talks to anybody again.
Drew Lock and 2 number ones.
If you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to get the same deal or that Matt Stafford got, I think you got to add another number one there. Because
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Different
it'll be interesting to
situations.
see. It'll be interesting to see because I think after Brady went to Tampa, after Stafford won the Super Bowl,
But this is Aaron Rodgers. This is the same quarterback that had Adam Lazard over the middle, wide open with 15 yards worth of separation, and decided to throw it in double coverage in the game against the Niners. This is the Aaron
He had a
Rodgers
bad
that
game.
lost a playoff game when the opposing team only scored 13 points.
if you're Denver and you've got Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert in your division and Derek Carr, do you think they say no to Aaron Rodgers for a 3rd number one?
Yeah.
I would.
It's not worth it.
Unless they think they are going to get in the playoffs no matter what, and if they get in the playoffs, that this guy could take them all the way. But we know he's only won 1.
I bet you any money if Green Bay trades Aaron to Denver, Green Bay are going to be able to get a wide receiver at 9. They're going to be able to get somebody good at 9. and then they can support Jordan Love. And I think they'll be way better off than keeping Aaron Rodgers, who's just a big headache.
The great Adam Baydoun putting in a full day here at Woodward Sports Network, as he always does. Check out Adam and Jeff. Morning Woodward Show, weekdays at 8 o'clock, and then find them anytime you want to watch them on YouTube. Guys, we're going to talk to Jeff Pearlman next, 9-time New York Times bestselling author, including Showtime. Can't wait for Sunday night. Winning Time, the rise of the Lakers Dynasty. We'll talk to Jeff next. This is Armani and Edwards, the Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Hey gang, I want to let you know about Wing Snob. Fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wing Snob has the best traditional wings.
Yummy.
Try our signature sauces, Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. Wings are tossed to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob.
Delicious.
Order online now, wingsnob.com. Wingsnob, we just have better wings. Find a location nearest you, wingsnob.com. Man, stop it over there.
If there's two things that make me believe in God, it's sex and basketball. Style, pizzazz. I don't know why basketball can't feel like that. It's gonna be exciting.
Lakers select Magic Johnson.
This is bigger than the game.
What do you want for your future?
Everything. It's showtime!
Hell yeah! Everyone's a winner, baby. That's no lie.
To be quite frank with you, I'm not sure I've had anything I've looked as forward to as this series coming on Sunday.
It's been 2 months that I've seen that.
On
and
HBO.
I'm like, bring it on.
Winning Time, the rise of the Lakers Dynasty. It starts Sunday, based on the book Showtime from Jeff Pearlman, 9-time New York Times bestselling author, on Twitter at Jeff Pearlman, and joins us now. Jeff, how you doing, my friend?
I do not like... Take a pause right now. All right, better. I'm just saying, you bring a guy in, you know he's in his late 40s, and the first ad you expose him to is some barber shop. I'm just saying, not that nice.
Jeff, have you seen me?
Yeah, fair enough.
Welcome, man.
Jeff, talk to me about your excitement as this hits the screen too. I mean, it's got to be really cool to kind of see a book come to life. Really,
it is. It's very weird, and you have these moments of surrealness. Like a couple nights ago, 2 nights ago, they had a premiere party, and to a lot of these people, like John C. Reilly is there and Adrian Brody is there. So those guys, they go to premiere parties. Like, you have something come out and you go, and it's a big deal. I don't go to premiere parties. This is not my world. So I brought my kids, and we're sitting here, and we're looking around, and they have they have people rolling cigars. They had a cigar station where they would roll your cigars, and they have all this food, and they recreated the forum, the court of the forum at this party, and it's just not my world. So everything about this has been mind-blowingly weird.
I saw you with a cigar, by the way. I saw that picture of you and the kids. It was awesome, man. I was so happy for you. It's amazing, man. It was a great book, first of all, and we've had you on in the past on a different show, but it's great talking to you, Jeff. The USFL before this one, that one comes to life as well. But it really scratches me where I itch. This Laker team, that Magic Johnson era. I remember his rookie game, and he came out and they win it on a Kareem skyhook, and Magic jumps in his arms, and it's like he won the world championship that year, which they won later on that year. And Kareem's like, "Hey kid, this is game one. We got 81 more of these plus the playoffs." It's a great cast too, man.
I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, I never believed it would happen. A screenwriter named Jim Hecht approached me in 2014, so a long time ago. I was skeptical. Even when I met with Adam McKay, I was skeptical. When I got HBO contracts, I was skeptical. And then one day I'm reading, like, I don't know, some online publication. It's like, John C. Reilly cast as Jerry Buss. I'm like, wait, what? And it's like, Adrian Brody cast as Pat Riley. And then the one that really did it for me and my family was Sally Field. Like, I called my wife. This is a true story. I called my wife, Catherine, and I said, they just cast an actress in this show. It's as big as you can get. You get 2 guesses. And she said, Meryl Streep. And I said, no. And she said, Sally Field.
Get
I
out.
said, yes. And she said, holy crap. Yeah. So
that's incredible. Now, Jeff, the book, the book, as you mentioned, 2014. The book's been out for nearly damn near a decade. And now this series on HBO. How does that happen? Where the story, just kind of happens
years later.
Yeah, years later.
one thing I've been told through the years is everything in Hollywood takes forever. And everything in Hollywood actually does take forever. It just takes forever. No, it really does. Like, you think these movies are, I don't know if anyone would think this, but you think, pick a movie, Forrest Gump, right? You would think Forrest Gump. Maybe they got Tom Hanks and they film it over a year and a half and stuff, but the process is eternal. And it's just, you have highs and lows, and someone comes to you and they say it's going to be a movie or a TV show. And you say, oh, that's amazing. And they say, we really want to cast this person. You say, that's amazing. And then they say, well, it turns out this person isn't interested, but what about this person? Well, that'd be amazing. And then someone quits the business, and someone else quits the business, and someone comes in, and then the NBA gets involved, and they don't get involved. And it was just one pothole after another. I just never believed anyone. I never thought it would happen. And now I'm kind of convinced it's going to happen, because I checked my DVR yesterday, there, so I know DVR would not lie to me.
And you speak about the DVR. I mean, 100% rated on Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw that kind of a rating.
The Batman got 96.
Yeah.
Crazy.
The thing is, it can only go down from here. Of course, there happens something. It just happens, but it's a good show. I've seen every episode. They've let me be involved from the beginning. It's a really, really, really entertaining television experience, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't think you're excited in this place.
TV's taken over. Maybe I'm a TV guy since I was a little boy. I can't wait to sit down and watch this. Jeff, is it streamed? Can you watch them back to back to back, or you can't?
No, initially you cannot. It's going weekly, and then eventually it will be.
Oh.
No, this is first. It's a Sunday night experience, and then you can watch the first episode all week, and then
Really?
So on and so on.
They're gonna kill. See, I can't watch TV that way anymore. I can't wait a week.
Jeff, I just had this conversation on. I do local TV here as well, and we just had this exact conversation. I miss the days where you have a show and you have to wait all week to watch that show. I love how this happens because I want to talk about it for the week leading up. I want that appointment viewing on Sunday night. I miss that.
I agree with you. I like that too. I mean, it's kind of throwback. And then, like, I hate when you're really into a show. What was the show we were watching? I don't remember what it was, but there was a show and we were all excited. And then you watch it all in a day, and that's it. And it kind of takes away the experience a little, the long-term experience and the growth of the show. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me, whatever they want to do.
Hey, Jeff, I do want to ask you, just on a different note, just the reaction from Magic Johnson. I've seen that, he is not looking forward to, that's the quote, not looking forward to winning time. What
I can guess why.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, who wants to go back and revisit their own personal escapades, I guess, in life? I mean, if you made a film of the early 20s, Ryan or Monty, I'd be covering up my eyes like that. But what do you make of that? I mean, is that to be expected?
He's not making money off of it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of it. He's got to, first of all, I know he'll watch it. and I bet he'll enjoy it because the depiction of him is fantastic, and he comes off as he was, as wonderful, and he arrives in LA, just this wonder, this wide-eyed amazement, this huge smile of being here, and what it all means to him. And I just think the actor, Quincy Isaiah, catches it beautifully. So I don't even get it, except he's not getting paid for it, because it really shines a beautiful light on him. And he should, I just think over time, unless he's just lying about it, he'll really love this show.
Yeah, it's got to be about money.
Jeff Pearlman, 9-time New York Times bestselling author. Winning Time is the name of the show. Showtime was the book. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the USFL. And you wrote the book, USFL, obviously, Football for a Buck. I've talked to you about that in the past. Actually, I was honored that you gave me a call and asked me about my escapades at the Ambassador Hotel when I went to a USFL
no bigger
draft.
USFL guy
I was a
than you.
junkie, and I was happy to be called by you and talk to you for a while. But the new USFL, you and I, we know it ain't the old USFL. Supposedly, they just took the names, the logos, the whole 9 yards. It looks great. It always looked great. But now I hear that there's some old owners that have their hand out and say, hey, wait a minute, we didn't give you permission to use those logos. And just a little something on that and a little bit something about Football for a Buck, Jeff.
I think the new USFL is nonsense. I just do. I hate being a damp blanket. I really do. I love sports. I even love the idea of spring football. I think it's garbage. I'm so disappointed by everything they've been doing. So basically, they decide, we're the USFL. The USFL is back. It's back. The USFL is back. And look, we have these teams, 8 teams, and they're all old USFL names with old USFL uniforms, right? So we have the Pittsburgh Maulers and the New Jersey Generals and the Houston Gamblers. The USFL is back. Only we want nothing to do with the original USFL. So don't mention the original USFL at all. It has nothing to do with us. And don't mention Sam Mills or Herschel Walker or Doug Flutie or Gary Zimmerman or Jim Kelly or Steve Young, because that has nothing to do with this. We're not going to incorporate any of the history into it. We're just taking their names and the uniforms. We're calling it the USFL, but we're back. It's garbage. It's just trash. It pisses me off. Like, there was this league. It existed. The book meant a lot to me. The league meant a lot to me, as it did to you. I don't even get it. Like, there aren't enough people like me and you, like geeky USFL nostalgists, to do that. It doesn't even make sense. Like, why are you taking the logos if you want nothing to do with the original league? Why are you taking the names? You want nothing to do with the original. It's not like people are clamoring for the old USFL 40 years ago.
I was.
It just seems, I know, you and I are the only two. But it just seems as none of the spirit, none of the authenticity, none of the odes to the history. It actually, the more it's gone on, at first I was excited. The more it's gone on, I'm just annoyed.
Man, I just love that league so much. I thought it could have been competitive, and we all know Donald Trump came in, and it wasn't successful after that.
I just want to say I was a huge Happy Days fan, but I hated Joni Lotion.
Me too. There you go.
Amen to
Jeff
that.
Pearlman,
Well,
you the man.
Well said. Jeff, thanks so much for the time, my friend. We are huge fans of yours. Continued success, and we'll be watching on Sunday.
Can't wait.
All right. Thank you, guys. Take care.
You got it.
Thanks,
absolutely. The book is Showtime. Magic Kareem Riley and the Los Angeles Lakers Dynasty of the 1980s. That's a 2014 book if you want to get your hands on it. The show, Sunday night, Winning Time, the rise of the Lakers Dynasty. That's right. Sunday night on HBO. Great stuff. I want to stay with a little bit of Lakers talk, if we could, because
I love it.
It's just so great. Armani
I can't wait
and
to
Edwards
see.
Braylon out today. We'll have that for you next. Armani and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
SMA has been leveraging pro athletes and other notables for a decade against the issues around mental health and substance use disorder. With the help of NFL alumni, Sean Jordan has been able to save lives and make a stand against these issues. Right now, actually, we just had our first episode, and we're doing the podcast now. The Sports Marketing Agency podcast, This is the F Word, series on fentanyl. If you are struggling with substance abuse or mental health, they are here to help. Go to thesportsma.com.
Just had Jeff Pearlman on about this winning time. We hope everybody on the YouTube chat watches along with us, because I think it could be something fun to talk about, every week, just a little bit.
Of course.
And it just was a different time in America, a different time in Los Angeles. I mean, this early 80s, freewheeling, partying, sex,
it was
drugs,
Plato's Retreat
rock and roll.
and basketball.
Yeah, I mean, basketball is just a side note to all the partying that was going on.
Arsenio Hall got a show, for crying out loud, just for being friends with Magic and those guys. Remember that late night show?
And Paula Abdul was
Paula Abdul
Laker
was founded.
girl.
She was a Laker dancer. Absolutely, man.
It is curious to know why Magic Johnson does not want anything to do with this. And I think Jeff Pearlman was right, too. This so much business, like life now is all about money. Who's getting paid? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And nothing can be about the purity anymore. I mean, college sports, the NFL, this Major League Baseball situation, just a bunch of crap. You know what I mean? Magic's going to be sitting there 9 o'clock on Sunday night watching this right along with everybody.
There's no question about it. He probably watched the whole series already, and I wish we could. I don't want to wait like you.
Oh, man. I
can't
think
wait.
It's a great joy of mine, actually, because everybody's on the same page, too. I mean, you can't be ahead of me.
Right. That's the only thing I hated about Ozark coming out. Everyone watched it in one day.
Yeah.
My wife falls asleep at 10 o'clock at night, so I had to,
stop
wean my
watching it.
way through.
Right.
And I just didn't want to even – if I saw anything on Ozark online, I would just pass it up because I didn't want to see any spoilers.
Yeah.
That's the only downside. Other than that, if it's there and I'm home on a bachelor night, I want to run through them, man. I want to run through them.
Guys, I want to get back to the NFL because news broke earlier this morning that the Dallas Cowboys are set to release Amari Cooper. This is a tweet from Adam Schefter. Cowboys are, quote-unquote, likely to release wide receiver Amari Cooper by the start of the new league year. Cooper is due $20 million in fully guaranteed money on the 5th day of the new league year, which is March 20th. So you can't pay everybody. They were wondering which way they were going to go with that. You're paying Dak, you're paying Zeke, you can't pay Amari Cooper too.
Yep, he was the odd man out. Hey, same thing with Ndamukong Suh here. How many years ago for the Lions? Back in 2014. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I'd be in line to get that guy. I thought he was a little bit of a disappointment in Dallas. I don't think they got him the ball enough. I'm not sure. I still would say he's in his prime. He's going to get paid. The Lions are what, $20 million under? I don't know. Can they afford a guy like him?
Yeah, I think you can not only are they $20 million now, I think they can increase that a lot by a couple. You got to see what you can do with Trey Flowers too.
I think they're going to let him go.
You let a guy like that go. That
I think they will.
Frees up some money. I mean,
unless, like Braylon says, if he's not a squeaky wheel, a guy that's bad in the locker room, you kind of need defensive players, and he's not a bad player. So maybe you don't want to let him go.
No, he's not. But it is interesting to see what happens with Amari Cooper. Again, it just goes to show you there is so much talent at that position. If you look at this draft, if you look at the free agents that are out there, guys like Allen Robinson, just to name a couple. I mean, it is a position that is so deep. You don't have to go crazy and spend a ton of money on a guy like Amari Cooper if you don't want. You can get
Michael Gallup's out there as well, but he's coming off an injury as well.
Absolutely. Christian Kirk is the guy that's out there that I like.
Speedster.
Because he's... Man, the one thing I learned from Braylon Edwards, day one, amongst many things, is that speed kills.
Yep.
You cannot compete with speed. When the other guy is faster than you, 9 times out of 10, that guy's going to win. And if you accumulate speed on your team, just a little bit different. In the biggest example I can give to everybody out there about how speed kills, just go look at the SEC and watch when they play everybody else.
Yeah.
Go look at Georgia playing Michigan.
It's slow motion compared to that.
Look at Alabama playing Cincinnati.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with talent, physical talent. It's speed.
That's why I say the Lions can't afford to use that second pick on a wide receiver. I think they need two defensive players, and then in that second round, you get your receiver. Whoever's left, unless you want to make the trade and you pick up an extra first-round pick from the Eagles, from the Giants, from whoever's out there, Denver, anybody that can give you something if they want to move up and get a quarterback. That's what you use it for. And I believe in Brad Holmes. I do. He's been here a year, but I've seen the proof in the pudding with the Rams. I know Les Snead was the main guy, but he was his right-hand man. The guy knows college players. They coached at the Senior Bowl. Now they get a crack here at the Combine. I just believe, and like you said, the chips are falling where they are. Weak schedule, cap room, playing first-year coaches. They got a shot to make some noise from a 3-win team up to a possible 8-9-win team.
9 wins is going to get you in the playoffs, by the way,
It could get you in.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Christian Kirk, Michael Gallup, Mike Williams, Allen Robinson. Add Amari Cooper to the list of possible wide receivers
Tampa
out there.
Bay. Why can't
Chris Godwin?
Chris Godwin
is
off an
out
injury
there as well.
He's terrific if he's healthy.
But it's just 1, 2. You know, I think when you start adding up 2 and 3 ACLs, I think that's where they get you. I think modern medicine right now on an ACL, MCL, all those CLs.
If you got a CL,
he
heard it.
But it's just 1. I think you can come back every bit as good as new.
And there's a Michael Thomas that's not happy in New Orleans, and I know they need to move some people around.
And Calvin Ridley is a guy that's names out there as well. Calvin Ridley had some mental health concerns last year that just needed a break. Sat out last year, I believe, after week 2 with the Atlanta Falcons. There are so many different ways you can go. And that's, just with the NFL and the quarterbacks alone, there is so much talent out there. At some point within the next 3-4 years, you're going to have 25 starting quarterbacks in the NFL that are, I guess, not Hall of Famers, but franchise guys.
Yeah.
Franchise guys.
You believe that?
I do believe that because the game is so strong. The college game is so strong at that position. And I don't know if it's because you've got these one sport machines now coming up. I mean, these kids, they don't play anything else. They specialize in football. They specialize in baseball. They specialize in basketball. And where I was against that, and I still am against that, but I feel like that train is. I feel like that's a security guard on. That's a security guard on Black Friday opening the doors. I mean,
just get out of the way.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
Protect yourself.
That's kind of how I feel about telling kids to play multiple sports now. I mean, it's over with. I mean, you've got specialized football players and the like, and I think it's creating just terrific athletes at that position.
Look at the Colts. The Colts, and I think we should talk about this.
Let's do it.
The Colts are looking for a quarterback. I mean, Chris Ballard, their GM, goes out and he says, yep, I'm going to keep bringing quarterbacks in until I find the right one. Frank Reich had something amazing to say about a guy that they went after. He went after strong. His name is Carson Wentz, and I want to play that for you when we come back. You won't believe it. I mean, he put it right there in the lap. And Carson Wentz.
You'll hear it next. Armani and Edwards, plus we'll do the qualifier. So stay tuned for that. Armani and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Putting on a show here, and that's how you answer. We love our sports. We just wish they'd love us back. Detroit sports for Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports.
Hey everybody, it's Maz for my favorite place, the Folding Warehouse. Last night was bowling night. I could have used the football last night. Maybe I would have had 12 in a row. I got 8 in a row, but maybe I would have had 12 in a row. Throwing a football at bowling pins, a lot easier than throwing a bowling ball down the alley. It's the home of the original folding pin game. Host your corporate party, team building event. Just come in with friends and family. 2 ways to play. $10 unlimited open play or a lane reservation. Private. 10 people. Favor people you don't like. You can challenge them, whatever you want to do it. 10 people, where are the people? $120 for 2 hours. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. You want a drink? You can get your drink on there. Over 100 beers, the $2 mystery beer machine, multiple full bars. Why don't you just go and come and get your foal on? Check them out at foalingwarehouse.com.
And gang, I want to let you know that Woodward Sports is sending you to New Orleans to see college basketball's finals. So listen Monday through Friday to the Morning Woodward Show, afternoons with Big D Energy, and drive time with the Bottom Line. Want more chances to qualify? Make sure you are following Woodward Sports on Twitter, IG, and head over to woodwardsports.com. 4 weeks, 60 on-air qualifiers, 1 qualifier per show, 25 social media and online entries, airfare, hotel, tickets to the games included. Win a trip to the finals for NCAA basketball. Maz, you ready for today's qualifier?
I am. How do you do it?
Okay, here we go. Magic Johnson is not so thrilled with the... We can't hear you, Adam. Magic Johnson is not so thrilled with the Showtime Lakers on HBO, the docuseries.
Yep, starting on Sunday.
But you know who is?
Who?
The people. The people are very excited about it. So if you can tell me on the YouTube chat what percentage this show has gotten winning time on Rotten Tomatoes. I said it during the interview. The Winning Time documentary, miniseries, I should say, on HBO received a blank % on Rotten Tomatoes. Be the first one on the YouTube chat to say that, and we'll get you qualified for the Woodward Sports College Basketball Finals contest today.
All right.
So we'll wait for that.
Sam, you're going to watch? Oh, we got a winner already. One of our good buddies, Douglas Kaler Jr.
Douglas Kaler Jr., what you have to do is send an email.
100, by the way, 100%,
100%
rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's right. So Douglas Kaler, send an email to ilovemarchmadness2022@gmail.com. That email address again for Doug Kaler, ilovemarchmadness2022@gmail.com. Just send your name, tell them who you are, and Sam will get back to you in just a little bit and get you everything else that you'll need, all the info that he needs to get you qualified. Sam, how's that been going so far?
So far, so good. Every day, been getting new people qualified, so keep it up, people.
Who's that guy over your shoulder?
Who's that guy behind you?
Is he the GOAT?
Oh, boy, is that Adam Baydoun?
He's
everywhere.
My
goodness, what's he doing
now
in my
he's
booth?
hiding.
He is everywhere. Maz, before we play the Frank Reich for you, can I just tell you something that I just can't get enough of?
What?
This Coach K situation.
Oh, yeah.
$3,200 is the minimum price to get in Cameron Indoor on Sunday.
The highest 53. The average 53.07 a ticket. $5,307 a ticket to go to Cameron Indoor Stadium to see Coach K's last home game, Duke versus North Carolina.
We can talk about that in a little bit, but
that's good stuff.
I don't want to bounce around too much on you. You had promised this cut.
We'll hit college basketball as soon as we're done with this.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is Frank Reich on Carson Wentz. Here you go.
Well, I haven't sat down with Mr. Irsay in a while. I know I believe in Carson. I believe that, I believe in him. I stuck my neck out for him. So, last year I was a big part of that decision to get him here. And so, I believe he's going to continue. I believe he's going to continue to have a lot of success at quarterback. That might be here. It might not be here. That decision has yet to be determined. So, but I still believe in the person, and I still believe in the player, right? I mean, we're all in progress. I'm in progress. He's in progress. Every one of our players is in progress. You just don't want to get into that trap of taking a snapshot of any 1 week or 1 year. It's a bigger story than that, right? So the storyline is much bigger than one season. We've always had that perspective, and we'll continue to.
Who do you think the Colts are going to have as their quarterback on opening day? It's not going to be Carson Wentz. You just heard him. I stuck my neck out for this guy. Here's a guy that recruited him. Frank Reich recruited him to the Eagles. He was the quarterback's coach, offensive coordinator when Philly went to the Super Bowl.
Why do they have 3 first-round picks this year? Because they traded for Carson Wentz.
The Eagles got their picks and made the playoffs. So it's a double slap in the face. I thought Frank Reich was going to get fired after the way they finished.
Yeah,
but it's Carson's fault.
Who is going to be Indianapolis' quarterback? Aaron Rodgers? Russell Wilson?
Nope. You know why Russell Wilson won't? You could put that tweet up because they said, we ain't going to trade
They did
Russell
not say
Wilson.
we're not going to trade him.
What'd they say then?
It's not our intention to trade him. That is a big difference. And that is how teams don't lie, right? Pete Carroll yesterday said, we have no intention of making any move there. And I think that wording, because I do believe words matter from organizations on this, you have to be very delicate. It is not our intention to trade Russell Wilson. And then a week later he gets traded. Well, what happened? Well, we got an offer we couldn't refuse. Got an offer we couldn't refuse.
They want 3 number 1s for him.
And again, I don't think that is. You've got to.
The Colts don't have any more after what they just gave up for Wentz.
You've got a guy in Russell Wilson, if you're the Seattle Seahawks, that can single-handedly help rebuild your franchise. They're the 4th best team in that division.
Yeah.
And they're not.
They've had their day.
And they are not closing that gap anytime soon. Right? They're just not.
No, it's the second best division in football.
So you've got to take what you do have and try to maximize, getting players, making it better to close that gap. And
where's Carson Wentz go then?
Again, if Matt Stafford is getting a franchise 2 first-round picks, what the hell is Russell Wilson going to get you?
3.
And there's a team out there desperate enough to win a Super Bowl. And if you tell me that I get my Super Bowl championship, I'll give you 5.
Yeah, but nothing's guaranteed, man.
I
he
understand.
can get you to the playoffs. He's got to get you through the playoffs. It's got to be the right situation.
What is the right situation?
He was so good in Seattle.
Again, I think Pittsburgh is the right situation for him. I think Pittsburgh is a damn good situation for him. And I think another team that we're not talking about nearly enough in a division that could be had are the Washington football team.
Yeah,
the Commanders are a team that are built at nearly every position outside of quarterback.
And they said, we will get a quarterback this year. They have said that. They're going out. They are shopping. Matter of fact, Green Bay, Gutekunst says, well, I've never gotten any offers from anybody. I think that's bull.
Again,
because I think Washington for sure sent him something.
Who are these quarterbacks, though? I mean, you've got Russell Wilson and you've got Aaron Rodgers. Is there anybody else out there on the market that you look at, Maz, and you say, okay, we get this guy, we're a Super Bowl contender? Because I don't see that guy out there. I mean,
they're the secondary guys. You got Kirk Cousins in Minnesota.
Cousins, Derek Carr is
Derek
not
Carr,
a guy.
but I don't think he's leaving.
No, he's not. But if the Raiders somehow do some crazy trade,
people still like Wentz. The people they like Wentz.
I don't know who those people are. I think Carson Wentz is not good.
Braylon likes him.
I know Braylon likes him. Braylon does like him. And I think his numbers are good. He's got good numbers, but is he a winner?
He was on his way until he got hurt.
But he didn't do it.
No.
He didn't do it. That was Nick Foles.
I wonder if they win the Super Bowl if Wentz was there. I look back and I wonder, and I maybe think it's not, because in comes Foles, and the Patriots were just not expecting.
Dude, one play here and there, one play goes wrong and the Eagles don't make it. Like that Philly special play in the Super Bowl. I mean, you don't know if that play is called then and it's executed the way it is. You just never know. I don't like doing that. I guess if Carson Wentz played, would the Eagles have won that Super Bowl? I don't know. Would they have even gotten to that Super Bowl? You don't know. It's impossible to go back and try to replay those games with different players.
Deshaun Watson's out there too. Not out there, but out there.
I just don't know where he goes.
What a talent.
I deliberately left Deshaun Watson off that list because I don't know how he plays next year. I don't know what road that goes down. The door is shut, says Chris Grier, who is the Dolphins general manager. The door is shut on Deshaun. That was the team, the Miami Dolphins, who have been rumored for about 8 months to get Deshaun Watson.
They're just not happy with Tua. You know how many Tua things I see? Oh, Tua's definitely on his way to being the number one guy in Miami. They really believe in Tua. I mean, they don't believe in him. I like him. The guy has won games for Miami. Maybe he's not the superstar we all thought he was going to be, but he's still a talented guy.
I'd take a quarterback that can win 7 games in a row for me.
I know you probably think I'm nuts, but I wouldn't mind having Tua on the Lions.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to think I'm nuts, but I still believe in Jared Goff.
No, and I want to believe in him, so I'm going to not think you're nuts.
I think that's why, because I want to.
He's 26 only.
Yeah, I want to. I want to believe Jared Goff is there. Guys, we're going to take a break and come right back. When we do, we're going to get back into the NFL Combine. So many great storylines happening from that Combine.
And how about some college hoops?
What about college hoops?
Bad games last night.
I mean, I don't know. Are these teams in trouble or no?
I think they might be. After I just said, oh, Michigan's a lock, LSU's a lock, they both look crap.
I mean, Michigan State's got some real problems.
Yeah, they do.
They
were never in that game. They were never in that game last night.
Armani and Edwards. Braylon's out today. Baz on the big desk with me. We'll be back. Armani and Edwards, Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Detroit sports by Detroiters and for Detroiters. This is Detroit Sports Network. This is Woodward Sports.
Hey, it's Maz live from the Planet Fitness Studios here at Woodward Sports. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone where you can work out in non-intimidating fashion. Free atmosphere, membership, just $10 a month. How about that? And the gold card. Make that the black card. It's better. $22.99. That's what it costs for the black card. You know what you get with that? Members enjoy body enhancement, the total body enhancement, massage chairs, hydro massage, and the best thing is access to over 2,000 locations worldwide, unlimited guest privileges, and unlimited tanning as well. Join today online or in club. Online, planetfitness.com. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. Right now, $0 down, $10 a month. And Ryan's already working out. He's standing up.
Had to stand up, let the blood flow a little bit. Hey, gang! Want to let you know about Les Stanford Chevrolet in Dearborn. Located on Michigan Avenue, Les Stanford, your Corvette king. How about that 2023 Corvette Z06 flat plane V8 capable of 670 horsepower? You want 0 to 60? How about 2.6 seconds? That's right. For more, head over to CorvetteKing.com, CorvetteKing.com, or for all your other Chevy or Cadillac needs, LesStanford.com, LesStanford.com, Les Stanford, find new roads.
Find them,
baby.
Got to get Kathy a new Chevy.
Yeah?
Yeah, we're ready to give up the van.
I got a guy.
I know you do.
I got a guy over
trying
there.
to get Easy wrapped up now. He's ready to drive away in his Chevy here any day now.
How about that? Very positive information out of you, Tom Mazaway. Guys, we want to get back into the NFL Combine. This thing has totally taken over my life. It has consumed me.
I wish it was on right now, because back in the day, we'd be watching it right now.
Prime time last night. In fact, it's like 9:30 at night in Indianapolis, and I'm sitting there watching these quarterbacks throw, and I couldn't help but think, is that the best possible routine for the players, but it is what it is.
Are you thinking about going to St. Elmo's right after that?
Oh, God, for sure. You know that's what that's all about. St. Elmo's, baby. That's what you got to do. St. Elmo's, get you a shrimp cocktail. You ever had a shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo's?
I have. It's the sauce, right?
Knock your socks off.
That does it? It's the sauce.
Knock your socks off. Matt, is there a guy out there that knocked your socks off at the NFL Combine?
Not really.
Anything change your mind? Anything at all change your mind?
The Ohio State kids that ran 4.38, 4.39, Olave and Garrett Wilson. It just reminded me how great Ohio State is. They are wide receiver U.
And don't forget, Jackson Smith and Jigba
next year
is better than both of them.
Supposedly, he's better. He sure looks like it.
Well, by that Rose Bowl performance, it looks like it.
These guys, man, I don't know where they come up with these guys. Chris Carter from the beginning, way back when, an Ohio State Buckeye.
All he does is
catch touchdowns.
That's it.
It's just amazing. And what it tells me is, as much as I want 2 defensive players with my first 2 picks, I want to move up from that 32nd pick somehow, some way, and get one of those 2 guys. I really do. I know I've been high on Jahan Dotson from Penn State, and I think he's a very good wide receiver. He ran yesterday as well. He ran a 4.43, which is nothing to sneeze about. You like Sky Moore, great name, from Western Michigan. I'm just saying, 4.41 for him.
Let me clarify.
They can all catch.
I mean, look, he looked good in his underpants. And if you put the tape on, he's a pretty good player against the competition. I just think that, you see players like that, and I know Stephon Diggs was at Maryland, but, he's a fifth-round pick. I don't think you have to limit yourself. If you do your work, if you're a good evaluator, if you're a good general manager, I don't think you have to say, unless I get a guy in the top 12 of this draft, then I'm just getting a guy. I think you can get a superstar in these later rounds. Look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean,
4th round.
We keep going back to him.
Back to his teammate. I love him too.
Drake London.
I love Drake London. I love his attitude. He wants to be a Lion.
Drake London feels like this year's Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he's 6'5", man. I don't know what he ran. What did he run? Was he even there? Yeah, he was there. They interviewed him.
I don't think he participated in the
maybe
whole
he didn't
situation.
participate in that. But you know what? I would take him sight unseen right now, to be honest with you. Just the size. He's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. I don't know. There's something about that guy that draws me to him.
Because he's a big guy. He did not run yesterday. Jahan Dotson, a 4.4. David Bell, a lot of people were really disappointed in that. And again, here's where I go back to. Put the tape on. You know what I mean? He ran a 4.65 yesterday. Could have had a bad day. But I'll tell you this much. I'm glad he did that because maybe he'll be around, maybe even in the 3rd round. I mean, you got all these guys. There's a ton of wide receiver talent out there. I mean, if you have 3 defensive players, like when we did our dream scenario for the Detroit Lions at 2, 32, and 34, I went with 3 defensive players in those first 3 picks, despite the fact that we know they have a clear need at wide receiver.
Of course.
I just find there to be so much wide receiver help out there.
I believe that they will take 2 defensive players still, or find a way to get a 3rd pick really high and get one of these guys.
Did Malik Willis make any money yesterday?
He did. He locked himself up, I think, a top 10 pick.
Not only that, there's that video where he stops
with the homeless
guy. When nobody's watching. Nobody thought that they were watching, and all of a sudden Malik Willis stops and helps out a homeless guy.
I just got a glimpse of Kirk Gibson leaving Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men.
Yep, just saw Gibby.
How about Gibby?
Yep, just saw Gibby. Gibby was here
God
at Lady
bless
Jane. You want to talk about
stud?
Right. I mean, Kirk Gibson walked in here.
How about that?
Didn't want to bother him and drag him in here, but we saw Kirk Gibson. Love Kirk Gibson. Thanks for coming to Lady Jane's and supporting the girls here.
That's royalty.
Absolutely.
That's royalty. I didn't mean to get sidetracked, but when you see Gibby walking by your window,
Yeah.
You got to make mention of it.
There you go. Look at that. Gibby's pulling away now. Bye, Gibby.
See you, Gibby.
Where's Gibby? Right there. It's in the.
Who's going to help Gibby?
No doubt about it. So I forgot what I was talking about now.
We're talking about wide receivers and guys that you're going to
since you sidetracked me, but yeah. So there you go, Maz.
Didn't mean to sidetrack you, bro.
I do want to get a thought on this Coach K thing again.
Yeah.
Where are you with Coach K? Does Duke have a chance to win the NCAA Final Four with Coach K in his final years?
I think
obviously they have a chance.
It would be the only time I rooted for Duke.
Are you going to root for him? I'm going to root against him.
I'm going to root for him.
I'm rooting against Coach K.
Not me.
I'm done with Coach K.
No.
I am done with Coach K. 12 Final Fours, 5 national championships. I hope he wins. Good for him. I hope he wins the game on Saturday against North Carolina. Really good game there to finish out with. But I am not rooting for Coach K to win a national championship. I'm kind of over Coach K. I am over Coach K. I think Coach
Who are you rooting for then?
I don't know. I haven't made that.
Because Michigan State ain't going to be there at the end.
I haven't made my mind up on who I'm actually going to root for. Maybe Auburn a little bit. I like Auburn this year. Something
Bruce
about Bruce
Pearl?
Pearl is
I
a
do
little
like Bruce
dirty.
Pearl. He is dirty.
He's a little dirty for me, so I like Bruce Pearl. But yeah, there's something about Coach K that rubs me the wrong way. Even the fact that he's going to have an office at Cameron Indoor. Let John Shire come in and run the program now. Like you had your 5 decades or whatever.
Did you see the handwritten note to Jay Billis?
No.
From Coach K?
No.
He used to write his players handwritten notes and tell them how much he loved them, what he meant, what they meant to him, and how he was happy that they thought of him as a friend. It was just really touching.
So what did the note to Billis say?
I'd have to go on Twitter and try to read it.
Was it recent?
Yeah, it was today. From today. Well, Jay Billis put it out today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Get
and
out
it's
of
hard
here.
to read because it's in cursive. And someone joked about this is the new font. It's called the Coach K font. Remember the font the other day that the numbnuts, the agent for Kyler Murray, used?
Oh, yeah.
So
I can't even read this.
Right. It's hard to read it, but you can kind of make it out.
Dear Jay, you were truly amazing. Your work.
Try to find it, Alex, on Twitter.
I can't. I don't know. I'm trying. I wish I could.
I told you it was a little hard to read. You can get some words in.
Obviously, you just put a great deal of time and effort into this something. Thank you for doing this. I loved everything about the winning, and I am very proud of you. I can truly say that everyone had a great time. Take care, Coach K. August 26, 2002. That's from. He posted it today, though.
Yeah.
So,
well, Jay Billis, come on.
I read a little bit faster than that, but I could not decipher that.
Maybe we'll have Jay Billis on Monday to talk about Coach K.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Wouldn't that
Love
be nice?
that. Don't tell him I said that. Just done with Coach K. I'm ready
I
for
won't,
him to move on.
because I think you'll change your mind.
I'll be rooting for him on
You're
Saturday.
a sports fan, man.
I know.
How do you not root for the guy?
Right. How do you not?
Who's out there that you want to root for?
Juwan Howard.
They're not winning.
Why not?
Because they stink.
You can't catch lightning in a bottle?
I'm done. After last
Is
night.
Michigan State done?
I know I'm up and down. I think Michigan State don't win a game
Do you think
anymore.
Michigan State gets in the tournament?
Yeah, because they're Michigan State.
Alex, is Michigan State a lock to get in the tournament?
Michigan State is, I think Michigan State wins on Sunday by the skin of their teeth, which gets them into the tournament.
What if they get blown out in the Big Ten tournament?
I still think they get in, but it's just like they're going to beat the least
They don't deserve
dangerous
it.
team in the whole field of 68 teams. They'll be anywhere from maybe as low as an 11 seed, a 12 seed, anywhere from like an 8 seed, but they are not making it past the first weekend, unfortunately.
Weekend?
It really pains me to say that. They're not getting out of the round of 32. They're not a Sweet 16 team by any means.
Well, Michigan, Joe Lunardi has Michigan as the last team in the last 4 buys.
Yeah.
And he's got Michigan State solidly in the tournament. I mean, I say solidly in the tournament. They're not in any of the first 4 out. They're
not very good. Neither team is very good this year.
He's got Michigan State as a 7 seed. I mean, they're in the tournament.
I'd bet against them.
They're a lock to go to the
Who's
tournament.
7 play?
7 plays 10. He's got 7, 10
over
Notre Dame.
7. How many 10 over 7s are there? Plenty.
There's plenty.
Yeah.
Are there games locally here this year?
I don't think so. No.
There are not.
I think next year we might have a regional, if I'm not mistaken.
Very good.
What's the big one? The 12 over the 5? Is that the big upset one always?
Yeah, that's the big upset one.
Yeah, Michigan will be a. I bet you Michigan goes in as a 12.
8 teams in the big dance. Can I say big dance or no?
You just did.
Very good. Maz's videos of the day is next. We'll be right back. Woodward Sports Network.
Bottom line.
Armani Edwards.
Right here.
Maz too.
Ryan too.
And Sam. And Alex.
In black.
We'll be back.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
And a miraculous catch.
Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
Hey, gang! I want to tell you about Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. As you know, this show is live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in beautiful Birmingham, Michigan. 15 in Woodward, to be exact. It is definitely awesome to get off the air and get myself looking great by one of the talented stylists. Ooh-wee. That's right. I highly recommend you to get to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 7 days a week. 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. You can walk in anytime. Just walk in, sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Get to Lady Jane's. Open today until 8. Open tomorrow until 8. Open Sunday until 8.
If Gibby can get his hair cut here,
you can too. King's Treatment. That's right. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome. Am I not here?
Are we struggling?
I think Sam and Alex are.
It's over.
Yeah,
it is over
today.
Braylon, we miss you.
I was like waiting for something to happen. Absolutely. Braylon will be back on Monday. Great job out of Braylon over the last 5 months.
It's been fun, man.
Guy's been picking me up like crazy lately.
It's been fun.
Very good. Maz's videos of the day. Here we go.
And now it's time for Maz's videos of the day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
College basketball fans, sports fans, people with hearts, 29 years ago today. Not only was it my first week here in Michigan.
Really?
Yes. It was Jimmy V on the dais.
Damn.
Oh, passionate man. I can't help it. That's being the son of Rocco and Angelina Valvano. That just comes with the territory, right? We hug, we kiss, we love. And when people say to me, how do you get through life or each day, it's the same thing. To me, there are 3 things we all should do every day. If we do this every day of our life, you're going to have, what a wonderful, number 1 is laugh. You should laugh every day. Number 2 is think. You should spend some time in thought. And number 3 is you should have your emotions moved to tears. Could be happiness or joy. But think about it. If you laugh, you think, and you cry, that's a full day. That's a heck of a day. You do that 7 days a week, you're going to have something special.
Look at Chris Berman there, ready to cry. Everyone cried that night.
How about that? That's a full day.
Yeah.
That's a full day. And
what do we got to bitch about?
That speech lives on so beautifully today. Yeah. Like one of my favorite parts of that speech is when he goes on and says, I got weeks to live, and this guy's telling me 30 seconds. Isn't
that awesome? That is awesome.
I got weeks to live or something like that.
Yeah, and this producer's telling me I got 30 seconds. Go pound salt, pound sand,
it's
whatever you want to say.
It's such a great...
That's why, look, I'm not comparing Coach K to Jimmy V's what happened to him. But when you get a guy like Coach K, don't you want him to go out on top?
Yeah,
Come on,
there's
man.
something about Coach K that maybe it was the COVID stuff. I don't know.
He's a gentleman.
I feel like he's like the holier than thou stuff.
So what?
It just bugs me. That's all.
That's fine.
It just bugs me.
You'll come around.
Yeah.
By the way, in case you missed it, it'll be Coach K's last game tomorrow against North Carolina at home and Duke, and the tickets are over $5,000 on the average just to get in the place. Last night, if you missed it, it's the Clippers and Lakers. Clippers beat the crap out of the Lakers. It was fun to watch. Reggie Jackson.
Is Kawhi back?
No. Reggie Jackson just was baiting Russell Westbrook all night. Look, play the whole thing with the sound, please. Go back. Let's start it again.
I would have done this too. Ooh, 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 ooh. You got him. And I would have done this too. Because he would have been everywhere.
Sweet crossover. He's going, holy smokes. Hey, they're chanting your name, Reggie. Can you believe that?
Look at this, right?
He wants to go back at Westbrook again.
Yep. Switch it with James and a three by Jackson.
He waited.
That guy's got the stroke. 34 points.
I don't like it.
Listen to Kevin Harlan.
I don't like it.
He waited for LeBron and Russell Westbrook to guard him, and he sinks that three.
I don't like it. He ain't that good.
I know, but I loved it against those two guys.
Yeah, he ain't that good to be doing that.
I dug it.
He ain't that good to be doing that.
Well, I wish he did it here when he was with the Pistons.
I mean, people forget. People make fun of Russ. I mean, Russ, for 10 freaking years, he's one of the best players in the league. A transcendent player.
He shouldn't have went to the Lakers then.
He should not have.
No.
He should not
I wish
have
I
went
could
to the
root for him,
Lakers.
but I can't.
I just wish he could have stayed in OKC.
Carmelo, can't root for you either. Yeah. I can't root for any of you guys that go play with LeBron. I just can't. Yeah. All right? So you get what you get. Speaking of former teammates of LeBron James, Tristan Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
He's got his way around the Kardashians, the whole 9 yards. But check him out shooting free throws in practice.
Let's see.
Look how many bricks
this
he puts
was
up. Look at this. That's one brick. 2 bricks.
This isn't free throws.
3.
This is
little
like
jump shots inside the paint.
Yeah. What in the world
4.
is this?
Here's 5.
How does this happen?
5. Look at the bricks on there. 6.
I don't even know how that happens.
7. 7 bricks in a row inside the paint. Tristan Thompson can't sink any of them in practice.
How does that happen,
it really doesn't
Maz?
matter, but still.
It's so bizarre. I never saw anything like it.
No, that's called being on a bad streak.
Bad.
Let's take you back to the Combine. Eli Manning hanging out at the Combine yesterday.
Oh, God.
Let's check out Eli's vertical jump.
All right, you gotta hit this red one for 24-inch vertical, baby. What we're talking about.
Look at him in his sweats. I love the Manning brothers.
Is he wearing weights?
Nope, that's what he's got.
Oh man!
And I got one more for you.
Okay.
If you guys don't laugh at this one, you could laugh or you could throw up. This is at a Golden Corral buffet restaurant. Look at this guy. Ryan, I need you to pay attention to this. Look at this guy help himself to some soup. Look.
What? I can't see.
He's drinking out of the ladle.
Oh.
He's standing there.
No way.
Drinking out of the ladle. Look, he's going back for more.
No way.
I want to thank Sports Gym for this one on Twitter. It's at Golden Corral.
Oh my God!
And what was the quote on the text, Ryan? Alex?
I can't believe Golden Corral made it through the pandemic.
Oh my God!
Great one by Sports Gym on Twitter.
I've never seen anything
Look
like
at that.
Unbelievable.
Now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
Yep.
You walk into Kroger, and they got the little olive bar with the cheeses and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sample?
No.
You don't sample?
No. Not me.
Okay.
But I've always been kind of a germaphobe with that stuff.
Okay,
I don't
just
want to do
checking.
that stuff.
I did.
Maz, great effort out of you today. Alex,
I
Sam,
sucked.
love you guys. Thanks, everybody on the YouTube chat. Thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. Braylon will be back Monday. Enjoy Sunday's 60-degree day.
Happy birthday, Kathy.
Happy birthday to Kathy. We love you, and we love everybody out there. See you on Monday.
Have a great weekend.
Armani and Edwards, the bottom line, Woodward Sports Network.
Well, you definitely should be optimistic because, you know, whoever we end up acquiring or selecting, whether free agency or through the draft, man, it's going to be someone that the city is going to be proud of. It's going to be someone that the fan base is going to be proud of. Again, what our culture is about collaboration, communication, grit, perseverance, and that's really the city of Detroit, and that's what our fan base is all about. So whoever we acquire, they'll definitely be they'll definitely be proud of, and we want to do it for the fans.